Okay, we're kind of doing a repeat of the previous material, literally with a bunch of repeats. So, past certain speeds for both 1 and 2, I feel like notes aren't coming through separately. Like, either they're just not being articulated enough, or basically just not there. So, past 140 with this guy, it seemed like more and more notes were not really happening. Um, and so, yeah, you remember only move on when you hear everything dead on accurate. Moving on when it's iffy, not good enough. Remember, we got to chase the accuracy, not the speed. So, the goal is to play this at 140. Each bar is done 4 times. Now, is the goal to work everything up in fives doing that? No, it's definitely not. If you feel like you need to work it up to the 140, you can just do the one bar at a time, but playing it 4 times through. You can also do like half of it and work it up that way, but then you'd be doing 8 bars, you know, working up 8 bars at a time, doing that. So another thing you could do is you can just start playing. Um, that's right. And then kind of see like, okay, well, what about is that tempo right there? And then you can use like the tap tempo feature on a metronome. Okay, so seems like I was around 135 for me. Let's see. So, and then from there I would go up to the 140. So like maybe your natural tempo, maybe it's going to be around, let's say, 100. So then you just try it there. And then go up in fives from that point to get to that 140. So again, you can work up just one bar at a time with the 4 repetitions to the 140. You can do 2 bars at a time. That works fine as well. Doing the entire thing, though, you might want to do like tap tempo thing I was just showing. Basically, play it without a metronome. Get an idea of how fast you would naturally want to play it comfortably, making sure everything is heard well and it feels okay. Do a little tap tempo on the metronome, see, well, what is that tempo you're playing? Or if you don't have a tap tempo thing, you can just put on the metronome and just adjust it so it sounds like the tempo you were following. And try playing it at that tempo, whatever you figure it out to be. See, does it still feel just as comfortable? And if it feels too fast, just lower it down a little bit. If it feels too slow, that's fine. You're just going to start increasing the speed anyway. I would round it off to the nearest fifth, divisible or number divisible by 5. So, like, 135, 130, 125. Because if you end up landing on 127, yeah, you could do that, but makes it easier just to round it down. I would round it down to the nearest one. So even if it was like 129, yeah, probably best just do 125 first instead of the 130. I was thinking, well, it is only 1 BPM away, but I'd rather be more cautious about it. Better chance of success. And then number 2 here. This one was interesting because, yeah, around 180, it seemed like some notes were not coming through so well. And then some of the faster speeds they did. And then it didn't. And then it did. So it was very kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes you got it, sometimes you didn't. But yeah, remember, if you feel like it wasn't perfect, make sure end with one you feel is perfect. Always end with something you feel is perfect. Because yeah, unfortunately, some of those notes were not there at the end. So basically, each bar this time would just be done twice. And you could work this one up in fives to the goal of 180. You can, do a bar at a time, 2 bars at a time, or the tap tempo idea that I just talked about. So here is the goal. All right, so we got right 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I hit the G string on accident. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the question you had about the song. So, let's see. If you have tab of it and you can send that over, that would be extra helpful. Because yeah, that would take me way too long to take the song and tab it out and get the rhythm correct and all that stuff. So if you got tab for that, definitely send it. It would be very, very helpful. But with any kind of chord stuff, you could treat it like the metronome, or do like a metronome thing, like going from one chord to the next. Switch the sound here. These aren't going to be the chords you were using, but just as an example, like what I've had people do before to get them changing chords faster is maybe do something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work that up. So of course, the faster you go with it, you got less time to change chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eventually, instead of going all 4 beats, maybe just do 2 beats, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then eventually just every single beat. But again, you increase the metronome speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then whatever it would, maybe on each quarter note kind of thing. 240 would be ridiculous. No. So I'd leave out all the the notes, like all the extra melody that's added in the progression, and stick with the basic chords. That'd be one approach I would do. But part of like how have you tried breaking it down so far? How have you been working on it? Because that could be how you've been working on it could be a very big factor in how you could progress better. My thing is, if let's say like the first couple of bars or first or like the chord progression or not chord progression, like one of the chord changes that you do struggle with, until you get that struggle part down, so it's no longer a struggle, don't mess with the rest. Focus on what's giving you the most trouble, get that solid, and then go on to the other stuff. So usually when people are stuck on something, it's because they're trying too much at once. So that could very well be the case for you. Maybe you were just demonstrating the whole thing just so I could see it. But as far as how you're practicing, just make sure you do very small pieces. Get each small piece really, really polished and solid before you add any more. And because you got all those melody notes happening with the chord changes, I would stick with getting the basic chord changes first. Because if you can't change to the basic chords in time accurately, often, then adding the extra stuff, so all the frills, I think that's asking too much to start with. So yeah, if you got tabs, send it over. Let me know how you've been breaking it down and practicing it. That would be helpful. And here we go. Any questions come up, let me know. I will see you again next week.